Hey YouTube. Saga of this Marantz tape player is I'm still getting a pretty large amount of wow and flutter from the recording. I can't get below 1% when I'm running a test on it. So I've invested in some professional sound belts. This comes from Web Spares, and these guys are basically, this kit is for an 1810, which is a pretty close approximation to what I've got. I've also bought a new motor, which looks tiny, but apparently is form, fit, and function the same as this larger one here. So hopefully the mounting points work the same way. This shows positive and negative. That's the trim. This one I'm going to take off. I'm going to dismount it. I'm going to see if I can get the cables off. Now, looking at this, if I look at the cables themselves, it looks like red would be positive and white would be negative, but got a dash on there, so that might actually mean it's the negative line. So I need to just test. I need to remove this cap cover and hopefully not destroy this motor completely. It's obviously got some grips on here, so I'm hoping that I can just tease it out with luck and get into it. So it's the usual undoing. So these three screws, take all the belts off. I won't put these belts on until I've got it. Remove the little pinion. I've already used some acetone to actually release the locking or the Loctite. And now what I'll do is say just take these off, and these are mounted on some rubber mounts as well. So with luck, the next time you'll see this is I'll have popped that off, or I'll be popping it off, whether I'm... Right, so that's got the Loctite on it. I've already put acetone on this, and I'm going to unscrew these just to remove these off. So these have got sort of some rubber mounts on it, so I guess it's designed to take out the vibration. Quite well secure in that, but I can certainly get them off. So that's held in place. So there's the motor, there's the mounts and the spindle, and this has a certain distance. So you can see here, there's a distance here, and it's pretty well much the width of my screwdriver just as I push it in. So that will be my judgment as to where it is. So right, let's try and coax this off. Right, so I've got the little pulley off. Here it is. Now what I'm going to just do is give this motor a little bit of a dab of oil on the end. So I have some 3-in-1 oil. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a dab around there. Enough. Don't know how much lubrication it's had. Don't know how old it's been. So putting it on, fairly straightforward. Offer it up. Looking at the gap. Again, if I just use my I think it's roughly that. And what we do is we just tighten it up. I just want to see if that was roughly the right gap. Interesting, there's a bit of play in it, so it can move up and down, but might move it a little bit further up. As you can see, it doesn't spin particularly freely, but hopefully that's because the magnet's in better condition than this one, than the other one. So, can't see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully strip these down and tin them, and then I'm going to put a multimeter on it, and hopefully these are 12 volts, and I'll be able to then see what the voltage is coming off those. In the meantime, what I'll then do is I will then need to just strip those two ends of the wire. I hate stripping because my strippers are really pretty bad and they tend to tear rather than strip. So I'm going to do that with care. But then I need to take the capstan wheel off, which doesn't run particularly smoothly, but it runs relatively smoothly. I may give it a dab of oil again, just when I pull it out. We shall see, but it's not catching on anything. But I need to take it off anyway because I need to get to the belt, so it doesn't feel too bad. It's not running completely smoothly, but it's not running too badly. So next things to do is to strip the wires, tin them up, and I'm going to make some connections to them, and also I will have some heat shrink to wrap around those cables. So it's obvious that I've gone into this and made a change. I can always repurpose this motor back again if need be, if it really doesn't work. So multimeter connected, and it's showing me that the signal is the other way around. So that is the positive, which had the red line on it, and that is the negative side. It's showing 18 volts, which is blooming high, considering the motor is rated at 12 volts. So this is the one that was rated on it. This should be a 12 volt, as it says there. So I'm just wondering if that's due to load, but 18 volts seems Jesusly high. Incredibly high. 18 volts seems incredibly high. So what I'll do is I will shut down the machine, and let's hopefully the power will dissipate. So unfortunately I've lost my microphone, but all the belts are on. The new motor is in. This is the right way round. So that is definitely positive, that is definitely negative. I have run it and it is working. So I will just turn the power on. See the lights light up, you can probably see in the reflection there. And if I go now to do play, oh, that was fast forward. And there we go, that's play. And everything's working as you would expect. So I need to now adjust the motor speed and make sure it's working okay.